Hello, hello, everyone. It is Tuesday and 5 o'clock. So it is time for Thoughtful Tuesdays. My name is Stephanie, and I have created Overcoming Myself. I created that as for my own blog sort of thing, as I try to navigate and manage my own life with multiple sclerosis through diet and lifestyle. And through this journey, I have just become, I've just learned so much as far as how very effective diet and lifestyle can actually be in our journeys for seeking vitality and health in general. And so I just really try to share that with everybody and help people now that I am a certified health coach, help as much as I can, help people find their way to health. I feel like I'm just like talking in circles here. But regardless, so today is actually pretty special because we are going to be talking specifically about an elimination diet. And the reason that we are going to be talking about that, which I've talked about in the past, but we're really going to zone in on it today because I am getting ready to start another session for an elimination diet. So if you have thought about the possibility of wanting to do an elimination diet to see what kind of foods may or may not be causing your body to react, this is the perfect time. We're in spring. It's time to, take action to try and get your health under control so that you can really enjoy your time with friends, family, and just life in general this summer. So I'm really excited about this. This is my specialty, I'd say. After doing, after all that I've explored dietary wise over the last several years, I've concluded that there is not one single diet that fits all. There's not a one size fits all, which brings us to what I spoke about before, which is the bio-individuality, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and get this going. So let's talk about the elimination diet. So how could an elimination diet possibly help you? Well, research has shown that for many of us, our discomfort and illnesses are a result of food intolerances. Symptoms like bloating, diarrhea, joint pain, stiffness, allergies, headaches, fatigue, moods, even depression have all been linked at some time or another to the foods that we are eating and to basically bad gut health, which are from the foods that we are eating. So typically anyway. When the foods that you love don't love you back, that's a painful situation. And I know, I get it. Trust me, I totally get it. There is a such thing as food grief. And, I think that any of us that go through life living basically eating a standard American diet, and then suddenly realizing that it is destroying the quality of our life, it's very, very difficult sometimes to navigate that process of eliminating those things because it's overwhelming in our culture and our society, because everything that we do is geared around going out to the pubs and being with our friends and family. And it's all about the foods, and most of it's processed and packaged. And then whenever we do go to restaurants, it's very low quality. Oils are terrible, so on and so forth. So it can be an overwhelming experience. I don't want to talk negative because you guys know that I very much so believe that our mindset and the way that we think and put things into perspective can absolutely make a journey miserable or not so miserable and even happy. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's easy, because it's not. It's a commitment. And I know that I had to make that for myself. I made that commitment in 2018 because my being with my friends and family and going to those places, whether or not I could eat the food no longer mattered. Being with them is what mattered, because when you get to a point where your body hurts and you have headaches all the time and you just don't even want to leave your house, that's no way to live. And so I would much rather be going to the pub and watching them eat their fried pickles than not being there at all, if that makes sense. So anyway, that is definitely ways that doing an elimination diet can help if you are struggling with any sort of symptoms, autoimmune or not. An elimination diet can definitely get down to the bottom of what might be causing some of those issues for you. So let's talk about a little bit of an overview for an elimination diet. You will see many people who are health oriented, all with good intentions, but they'll be gung ho, like you have to cut out nightshades, you have to cut out gluten, you have to cut out dairy, whatever it is. And the bottom line is that every single one of us are different. We all are exposed to different toxins. We're all exposed to different viruses. So the concoction of our chemistry and whatnot that's in our bodies and how it reacts to the different things that we ingest and are exposed to are very different from myself to the person sitting next to me. And I've talked about that before too. It doesn't matter if you're siblings. It doesn't matter if you grew up together. It doesn't matter, because the insides of your body and everything that you've been exposed to is a little bit different than the person next to you. It's one of the reasons that is so frustrating for autoimmune diseases and why they can't, there's no cure for any of them, because literally it is so different. The same diagnosis can be extremely different symptom wise from person to person. And so is the healing process. So with that being said, I believe that one of the best ways to figure out what your body needs and can tolerate or not tolerate is through an elimination diet. So I know that is frustrating because we just want to get better. But again, that's why I really want to talk about the elimination diet, because the elimination diet, you take out the foods that might be troublemakers for a certain period of time, and then you add them in one by one. And when you do that, if you do that in a way that I will be teaching you, you will be able to recognize whether or not your body is telling you, nope, this is not working out for me, or if it's fine. It is incredibly hard to do. It's very, very hard to recognize those things unless you are doing it through an elimination diet, because when you're eating all these things all the time, and you have been for quite some time, your body does adapt, and it might be reacting and you don't even recognize it because you've literally been living with that reaction for so long. And then sometimes we do things where we actually know there's a problem, like say, for example, if you're lactose intolerant, but you really, really love ice cream. And so even though as soon as you eat that ice cream, you're going to have to run to the bathroom quite quickly, that is something that you are willing to tolerate because you don't want to give up the ice cream. And that's fine. But at least you know that is something that you can choose to give up. And now, mind you, that is one symptom that you recognize is happening. There's no telling, like if you are lactose intolerant and you are having issues after you eat ice cream, like you might know because your stomach gets upset, but there could be other things that it's affecting. Your body is trying to tell you this is not good, this is not good. But if you choose to keep ingesting that anyway, then, it could be, there's other havocs that it could be creating that you are not aware of. And that could be things like allergies there's a lot of different things, but anyway, so I digress. So the purpose of an elimination diet is to identify what foods may be keeping you from living your most vibrant life. Okay, so to me, there are two different types of elimination diets. There is the anti inflammatory, which is going to cut out foods that might be troublemakers for inflammation and symptoms. So that would be gluten, dairy, eggs, grains, legumes, corn, soy, refined and processed sugars, and vegetable and canola oils. Those are the things that we will be cutting out of the in the elimination session that I'm getting ready to start. Um, the second type of elimination diet is based more on wellness and lifestyle. So it's the things that would be like they would cause issues with your adrenals. They would cause issues with your stomach, gut health. They would cause issues with like addiction. So, wellness and lifestyle elimination would be like cutting out caffeine, cutting out alcohol, artificial sweeteners, processed food and drinks, or food and drinks that are altered from their original states or creations, natural and artificial flavoring, preservatives, food coloring and dyes, highly processed oils. So these are the things that will affect your, like I said, they affect your adrenals, like the caffeine wreaks havoc on your adrenals, keeps you in the fight or flight mode all the time. Um, Alcohol, I mean, there's just a plethora of problems with that as far as with liver and mood and all kinds of different things. Artificial sweeteners, has a high link to cancer. Um, it just goes, the list goes on and on. Highly processed oils, things like the vegetable, canola, sunflower, safflower, all those oils, they shred, they tear up your stomach walls and your lining. So anyway, that type of an elimination diet would be more based on that's just things that you try to avoid in general, for overall wellness for like a lifetime. Has nothing to do with your inflammatory, as far as like an inflammatory diet, it can change as time goes on. So like what you don't tolerate now, you could tolerate later. Whereas with a wellness and lifestyle, those are things that you would try to avoid for the most part all the time, because they're just destructive to your body. Does that make sense? So, okay. So what would you expect to have go through nation diet session, 8 week long session for it's $199. Yes, it's $199. It's less than $25 a week for what? Well, you will get detailed guidance as to what to eliminate, how to eliminate, and how to reintroduce over an 8 week period. So 8 weeks of detailed guidance. You will have 8 weeks of weekly dinner menus that are easily adaptable to your family needs. And trust me when I tell you that they are very simple menus. I am not a chef. I do not like to spend a lot of time in the kitchen. So they will be whole food, good, really good meals, but they will exclude everything that we're eliminating. I will hand that to you so you will have it. You will know in advance what you need. They will be cheap. They will be simple. And I promise you can do this. I promise you can do this, and I promise you that they will be good. Your family, you should be liking them just fine. I will also provide breakfast and lunch guidelines or ideas for you as well. We will be meeting weekly. So for 8 weeks, we will meet live every week, and it will be recorded just in case you're unable to attend, but we will discuss plans and preparations for the upcoming week. So you will be well informed to be able to take on the following week. We will do weekly one-on-one sessions with myself to ensure that your needs are being addressed, and to make sure that that is. Sorry, I am not in private mode apparently. So, in order to make sure that your needs are being addressed, I am only allowing 20 slots for this session. And I'm doing that to respect not only my time and what I have to do between this and work and my own personal life, but I want to make sure that I leave enough time to respect your needs and be there for you when you need the support in order to get through this successfully. So I'm only allowing 20 slots for this, and that's it, 20 slots. And it also will provide you with the opportunity to finally take at least one aspect of your health into your own hands. By the end of this, you are going to know what does and does not work for your body at this time. And, I mean, your health is worth $25 a week, huh? Yeah, I think it is. All right, so let's talk about timeline and commitment. So this is an 8-week session. It is going to start on May 2nd. That will be the first live meeting where where I will discuss everything and give out the information and all the menus and stuff so that you can be prepared to start that following Monday. So on May 2nd, we start the preparation. And then on that following Monday is when the elimination will officially start. So we will be done by the weekend of June 23rd. So we will start on May 2nd. We will be done by the weekend of June 23rd, which means that you will be free birds for 4th of July, which is great because at that point in time, you're going to be empowered, and you are going to know what it is that your body does and does not tolerate. So you will know how to plan and get through anything from that point on that you choose to do so. You will, after doing an elimination diet, I can almost guarantee that you are going to feel amazing. And so when your friends and family are doing things and celebrating, you are going to be wanting to go along and do that as well. So, I mean, that's all very exciting. So, all right. So class begins on May 2nd, but registration must be in by April 25th. So April 25th is 2 weeks from today. So that's 2 Tuesdays from today. So you need to be registered by April 25th. You don't have to pay by April 25th, but you do have to be registered by April 25th. Excuse me. And in order to do that, you can just go to my website, www.overcomingmyself.net, to the services page. And at the bottom of the services page, there's a link to register for the elimination, 8-week elimination session. It's called like OMS, Elimination Diet class or something like that. So again, registration is by April 25th. And it begins May 2nd, and it will be finished by June 23rd. Okay, sound good? Yeah, it's perfect timing for you to get the kickstart for your health and take control and just have an amazing rest of your year. Your time is now. It's now. And again, remember, I've only got 20 spots, so you're going to want to take advantage of this as soon as possible. Now, let's talk about commitment. In order to get the most out of this experience, you need to commit fully. An elimination diet does not work. It is completely null and void if you have cheat days. There cannot be any cheat days. Cannot. You have to commit. This is your time. You have to commit. Okay? So 8 weeks, full commitment. But I am going to lay everything that you need to get through this into your lap. I am just going to plop it into your lap. You got this. You can do this. So let's do this. Okay. So again, register by April 25th. Class starts May 2nd, ending at June 23rd, and full commitment. No exceptions. Okay. And I'm going to do it with you. I'm doing it with you this time too. I'm doing it with you. It's time for me to do another elimination diet. I've been eating everything lately because, I just have been. I've gone to quality, and anyway, that's not a whole different conversation. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to do it with you. We're going to do this together. All right. So as I've said, what is bad for you today may not be bad for you tomorrow. And I don't mean that literally. You're going to give it more than just 2 days. But as you heal or worsen, your intolerances will change. There will be like an ebb and flow. So it's a really good idea for you to revisit the elimination diet every couple of years if you're not living your best life. So if you feel like something's not right, or you're still having symptoms, or whatever it is, allergies, pain, stiffness, whatever it is, if you're not living your best life, it's not a bad idea to go back and revisit the elimination diet every couple of years. And you'll be able to do that because everything that I am sharing with you is yours to keep. You can download it, you can save it, you can print it, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. It is yours to keep. So you will be able to go back and do that whenever you want. Whenever you want, you can do it. So that's another good thing. But also, I mean, if you want the support of being with me as a health coach and helping you, like navigate it and stuff, because it is really cool to be part of a group and do it all together. A lot of support and stuff. So that's all good. If you want to do that, you're more than welcome to join one of my future sessions. But again, you have the information that you need. So okay. That's really all I got. That pretty much wraps everything up as far as the elimination diet. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. You email me at stephanie@overcomingmyself.net. And of course, my website is overcomingmyself.net. Remember, it's always .net, not .com, but .net, overcomingmyself.net. And so please feel free to reach out to me. Sometimes my email gets bogged down and I don't really know like what happens with that. So if you do email me and I don't respond, I can promise you it is because I have missed it, not because I'm not responding, that I don't want to respond or anything like that. So please try and either email me again or reach out to me through Facebook is a really good way. Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me this Tuesday for Thoughtful Tuesdays and talking about this next elimination session. And you know what? Please share, like and share. If you found this information helpful at all, please like. I do encourage you to share. And the reason being is because you do not know who might be waiting for, something that could turn their life around with their health right now. And maybe I am that person that encourages them. Even if I don't encourage you, maybe I encourage that other person. You don't know who connects with who, right? I mean, we don't. So I beg you to please not be judgmental and just share. Let me connect with those who I'm meant to connect with, if that makes any sense. So, all right, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next week. Takes a minute.